الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن استنى بسنته إلى يوم الدين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers. Alhamdulillah, in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we praise Him and we worship Him and we send our salam and salawat on Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We'll start a very short and unique journey of the learning of the Arabic of the Quran. We'll go very slow. I brought some exercise books and pens. I brought only 12 of them. If some brother are missing, inshallah ta'ala, we can bring it next week. A few things before we start. That we need to remember all these things. That the first thing is sincere intention to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we are doing this, investing your time. You're sitting here, not sacrificing your sleep, just to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because we are learning from the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that should be our all intention. Whether we can learn something or not, that is not the main factor. We are putting our effort to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Also, the next thing that they need to know the letters of the Arabic. That's the prerequisite, and I believe all of you know the letters of the Arabic, like alif, ba, ta, sa, all these things, and the vowel like a, u, e. So you should be able to read. Don't need to read with tajweed, but at least you know what is fatha, kasra, and dhamma, and also the Arabic alphabet, as I mentioned before. The number three, that there will be few things on our journey that you must memorize. Like any other language, there are few things, there is no rule, you just have to memorize them. And in learning the Arabic of the Quran, there's few things like that you must memorize. So obviously, we are doing it once a week, so we'll meet again, inshallah ta'ala, on next Sunday. But if you feel like that, okay, something this is beneficial with all of you, and you can spend some, at least 20-25 minutes other days of the week, you can tell me, and I can do it in maybe on Wednesday or Thursday, wherever time you want. But let's start with one day of the week, see how it goes, and then you guys can give a feedback and we can go from there. And also that attending the session regularly, because if you really have sincere intention to learn something, so please attend the session sincerely. But if you miss the one, if I miss something, if I cannot wake up and come in the Fajr, or if you cannot wake up, then during the other time of the day you can catch me whenever you want, like during the Maghrib prayer, or you can talk to any other brothers who attended, and just pick it up where you left off, inshallah ta'ala. And obviously learn sincerely and teach regularly. So what you learn from here, whatever, like one word, okay, go home and sit down with the children, with your spouses, and teach them. Because anybody can learn this way. This method is not that you have to be a scholar of the Arabic or something, because we are learning the basics. We're learning the basic. So inshallah ta'ala, anybody who can read Arabic, who know the letters of the Arabic, a lot of our children know, mashallah ta'ala, they goes to the Arabic school, they already know, and they know how to read Quran, so it will be easy for them. And I again request all of you, if you can, bring your children with you, like if they are older than 10, 11 years old or more than that, if you can make them come, they can pray Fajr with you in the Jama, and also they can study, because they will pick it up more quicker than we do, because their brain is young, and they will pick it up, inshallah. So if you can bring them, that is better. If not, you teach them at home, and when you teach something, it will be more beneficial for you. You will remember it for a long time, and that is my intention also. I'm just learning also. I'm just sharing what I learned with you. I have no qualification to be a teacher or anything, but what I learned, I want to share with my brothers. And in this way, I will keep my memory fresh also. That what I learn, I don't make a mistake. And I think there's one brother Rubayat, he has done this kind of course before, and there's another brother, he's not here today, brother Tariq. So if I make mistake, this brother, they can help me on my way if I make any mistakes, inshallah ta'ala. So let's begin. So first thing to know that there are only three kinds of words in Arabic. What does it mean? When you open the Quran, you pick any word. Any word, this will be any of these three kinds. Very simple thing to remember. Today we'll do very, very quick lesson today. Okay, lesson one is very quick. So just remember, there are only three kinds of Arabic word. Okay, and there's no exception to that. Okay, so you pick any word, okay, and it will be either one of these three words. Number one. The number one, excuse me the writing, because the handwriting thing. So the first one is called ism. is called ism. You can write it down, and you can write it in English also, ISM, ism. Okay, we'll talk about what ism is. The next one is fi'l, and the third one is called harf. So ism, fi'l, and harf. These are the three kinds of Arabic words. What are these meaning? What is the definition of these three? Ism can be a person, a place, a thing, an idea, an adjective, adverb, or more. So give me some example, like person, brother Abdullah, okay, place, Sydney, Makkah, whatever, Dallas, whatever you can think of. Thing, computer, lights, fan, anything, pen, paper, pencil, okay. Idea is some difficult example, but this is very common in Arabic, especially in the Quran. Idea means like, Islam is an idea. You cannot touch it, right? Islam is an idea. I'm sad. Sad is an idea. I'm happy. Happiness is an idea, okay? You can see education is an idea. Realization is an idea. Memorization is an idea. Recitation is an idea. So mostly, Arabic is an English word that comes with shon, realization, memorization, all this kind of thing. Most of them, not all of them, are kind of like idea. Obviously, you know what is adjective. Like, he's tall, I'm short, this is red, this is black, this is too fat, this is too thin. All this kind of thing are adjective. Just like English adjective you learn, okay? Nothing exception to that. Adverb also come into this category. What is adverb? Like, I run quickly. He eats slowly. So quickly, slowly, all the ly word, okay? Slowly, quickly, rapidly, all this kind of thing are adverbs. So these are the example of this ism. Now, among these three things, the ism is the hardest part. That's why we're going to focus on ism first. We'll take a long, like a few weeks, not few weeks, maybe a few months, could be a year also to learn the ism. If we go only one day a week, it will take almost a year to learn the ism. And once you learn the ism, you learn more than half of the Arabic grammars, you can say. If you know the ism properly, other things will be much easier for you, inshallah. Fi'l is like a verb in English, but it's not exactly like verb. You don't say that fi'l equals to verb, no. Fi'l is something very similar to verb, something that is stuck in the past or present or in future. Like, I drove to masjid. So drove is a past tense. I eat sweets. Eat is a fi'l, okay? I saw brother Abdullah yesterday. So saw, it's stuck in the past. So it's a fi'l. Very, very similar to verb, like any actions that we say in English. Run, eat, read, pray. All these kind of things are fi'l. The last thing is harf. Harf is a word that does not make any sense unless there is a word after it. Like in English, we can say at, at. At doesn't make any sense by itself. If I say, he is at home, then it makes sense. If I say in, doesn't make any sense. But if I say he is in the car, that makes a sense. Okay? So this kind of word, at, in, on, to, from, towards, all these kind of things, very similar to preposition. When you learn in our childhood preposition, which is like harf. So any questions so far from this slide? Anybody has any question? So three kinds of Arabic words: ism, fi'l, and harf. The most comprehensive one is ism. That's why we're going to learn ism first. Then we'll talk about fi'l. Harf. When we learn ism, on the way to learn ism, there will be some lessons about harf. You will see it's kind of like, coming with the ism, coming with the fi'l. It will be there all the time. So, we'll learn harf as we go. But ism will be our first focus. Okay? All good, everybody? Nice. Next thing. Now, every ism has 4 properties. So, if you find a word out of the 3 kinds of word, if you find, okay, if you say, Brother Rony, this is a ism, then I will ask you then if this ism must have 4 properties. Like a car, a normal car has 4 wheels to run. Just like this, every ism must have these 4 properties. Okay? Status, number, gender and type. So I understand everybody understand what is number and gender. Number is singular, plural, this is called number. Gender, obviously you know the gender, masculine and feminine. What is status and type, we'll talk about it. I will talk about a little bit of status today, and among these four, status is the most comprehensive one. So like I said before, out of the three kinds of word, ism is the most comprehensive to learn. You can say a little bit difficult than the others one. Same way, out of these four properties of an ism, status is the most comprehensive one, so we're going to focus on status first, okay? And then we'll talk about number and gender, and then we'll talk about type, inshallah. So what is status? To know about status, I will give you some examples, so give me 1 second. Just going to write something. So let me write the sentences and I'll show you. So let's think about these three sentences here. Like I ate biryani, okay? My stomach started to pain. Don't worry about the thing that you don't see. And the doctor gave me medicine, okay? In all these three sentences, we are talking about myself, right? Who ate biryani? I ate biryani. Whose stomach is paining? My stomach is paining. And the doctor gave medicine to who? To me, right? Although there, if I put a picture instead of I, it will be my picture, right? So if you change the I, my, and me, every time you will put my picture, right? So what I'm trying to say, the same word I is changing its form depending on the sentence. On the first sentence, if I say my ate biryani, does it make sense? It doesn't make sense. In the second one, if I say I stomach started paining, does it make sense? No. If I say doctor gave my medicine, it also doesn't make sense. So we have to use the right form of the word, right form of the ism to make a sentence. So I ate biryani has to be I. My stomach is paining or started to paining, it has to be my, it cannot be me and I. So the word I is changing its status. So sometimes it is doing something, sometimes something has been done to it. Okay? So when in a sentence a word is doing something, it is called doer. The status is called doer. We'll come back to, I'll show you another slide so you'll understand. So in a status, so this is the status. So when a word changes its form, and that's the simple way to understand, it's called status. Okay? And as I said, we're going to focus on status. Today we are learning just a little bit of status. We'll go more detail into that. Okay? And we'll practice more inshallah. So status is what? When a word, an ism, changes its form. So that's why status means different types of forms, you can say. Okay? So now, in the first sentence, the word I, the ism I, is a doer, is doing something. So if you ask the question, who ate biryani? You say, I ate biryani. So I is the one that's doing the action. Okay? In English, we call subject. Okay? And in Arabic, it's called mubtada, but don't worry about the terms. Just remember that I is the doer here. Okay? My stomach started paining. What started paining? My stomach, the stomach that belongs to me. the stomach of mine, okay? So it's not that I am doing the action, but something else is doing the action, okay? So the my became dependent on the stomach, okay? So something like this. And in the third sentence, the doctor gave me medicine. So who is the doer in the third sentence? The doctor. And who did he give medicine? To me. So if we ask, who did the doctor give medicine? We say that the answer is me. So when it is a something that's doing something, it's called doer. But if the details come out, like if you question the verb, the what is you doing, where you doing, how you doing, then the answer is called detail. Okay? So doer and detail. Doer and detail. So if you ask the question, what started paining, the answer is my stomach. If we say, what did you eat? Biryani. So biryani is the detail in the first sentence. In the third one, doctor gave what to me? Doctor gave medicine. Also you can ask, who did the doctor give medicine? To me. So me and medicine, all this will be the details, okay? And the last thing about status, there's another type of status called jar. I'll show you in the slide soon. You don't have to remember, you can write it down later on. Jar means the word that comes after the of, the English word of. So if I say the light of the masjid, the light of the masjid, the pen of Brother Rony. So anything that comes after the of is called jar. Jim and Ra, jar. Okay, I'll show you the slide, you'll see inshallah ta'ala. So let's go back to the slide though, so you can understand here. Okay, so we have, so far we are so good. Every isim has 4 properties. We're talking about status now. We'll talk about number, gender, type later. In the status, there are 3 things. Doer, details, and after the of. In our example, is there any of? Did you see any of there? No, right? In the example that I gave, I ate biryani. There's no letter in the word of, of. Did you see my stomach is paining? Is there a letter, a word called of? No. If I say the doctor gave me medicine, is there of? No. But my stomach, can we say stomach of mine? So sometime in English, the word of is hidden, but we kind of understand this one. If I say my house is at Ponds, instead of saying that, you can say house of mine is at Ponds. We don't talk like this, but you can say the same way. Okay, we can say the house of Brother Farouk is in Scofield. Okay, so house of after of, whatever is coming after of is called jar. So 3 things to remember. In Arabic, it's called rafa. The doer is called rafa. So in the example, I ate biryani. I is a rafa. It's called doer. What did I eat? Biryani. Biryani is detail. It's called nasab. And if I say my stomach, stomach of mine, so my, in the word my over there is actually jar. So let's give some more example and then inshallah we'll finish here today. So again, if I say the sky is blue, the sky is blue. So the word sky, or the sky, what is the word here? Is it a rafa, is it a nasab or a jar? Rafa, it's the doer, although it's not doing something, but this is the subject of the thing. The sky is blue. So what color is the sky? Blue. Blue. So if you ask a question like this, you get the answer. So if you get the answer, then it is nasab, the detail, okay? If I say a sentence like this, I am trying to find the pen of Brother Mustafiz. I am trying to find the pen of Brother Mustafiz. So what is coming after of? Brother Mustafiz. So Brother Mustafiz is jar. But remember, don't mix it up. All these 3 things is the classification of status, meaning classification of the property status. And status is a property of what? Ism, not fail. Don't mix it up with fail, okay? So we think actually few things we learned today. First of all, 3 kinds of words. Ism, fail, and harf. Okay? Anything that comes after, the harf is a word that doesn't make a sense by itself. Remember, like preposition, that's called harf, okay? Then we came back to ism, and we said we're going to talk about ism for a long, long time, inshallah ta'ala. And in the ism, we have 4 properties. Every ism has 4 properties, and we are learning about status today. Okay, it's just the beginning of the status, and there are 3 types of status. So a word, a ism can take 3 forms. Either it is a doer, either it is a detail, or it is a jar. Nothing else it could be. Okay, so rafa, nasr, and jar. Don't worry too much about how you have to write this one. Is the fatha or not? Don't worry about it. You just remember the name. Rafa means doer, nasr means detail, and jar means something after the off. And as I said, don't always look for the off, because off can be in another way too. Like if I say, my laptop, which one is jar here? If I say Ronnie's laptop, let's talk about Ronnie's laptop. Which word is jar? Laptop or the Ronnie? Ronnie, yes, because laptop of Ronnie, right? So that is the one. And inshallah we'll talk more in English, and slowly we'll increase our vocabulary in Arabic too. Don't worry about the vocabulary now. Inshallah you will learn them as we go through. So, and from the next lesson I will bring some words. We'll do some examples of the word, so you can do this one. The last example, if I say Zainab ate ice cream yesterday very quickly outside the masjid. Zainab ate ice cream very quickly outside the masjid yesterday. So who ate the ice cream? Zainab. So Zainab is a nasab, jar or rafa? Rafa is the doer, right? Zainab ate, what did she eat? Ice cream. It's a nasab. When did she eat? Yesterday. That is also nasab? Yes, of course, it's a nasab, because any kind of details is nasab. So in the one sentence you can have many details. How did she eat? Quickly. Quickly is what? In English it's an adverb, but in Arabic it's not, there's no adverb. It's an ism. So quickly is also a nasab. Quickly is also a nasab. Okay? Where did she eat? Outside of the masjid. Outside of the masjid. Is there an off there? Yes. Of the masjid. So the masjid, the word masjid is a jar on the sentence, okay? But outside of the masjid, the whole thing is a detail, because you are asking a question. Where did Zainab eat the ice cream? You say, okay, she ate outside of the masjid. So that is also a detail. So one sentence can have many details, can have many jar, and sometimes can have many doers. Like if I say, me and brother Rubayat went to Ruby Hill Mosque. So both of them are doer, we're both doing the job, both going there, okay? So we're going to stop it here, inshallah, because it's going to be too much for you to learn. So just a quick revision that we did today. The 3 kinds of word, ism, fail, and harf. There are 4 properties. Remember these 4 properties of ism, and these are the 4 properties. Okay? So inshallah we'll finish it here. May Allah give us tawfiq, and may Allah forgive our mistakes and make it a blessingful things for everybody. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.